Hey guys, so before this video starts, I just want to quickly hop on and tell you guys that this is not necessarily an easy topic for me to talk about. It's gotten easier now over the years, but before the video starts, I'm sorry if I make anything sound lighthearted. I just try and kind of push past my diagnosis and push past the struggles that I've had over the last 9 years. So I hope this video helps some of you. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Carly. If you are not new here, thank you so much for coming back and joining me. This is definitely going to be a little bit of a different video than what I've done in the past. I do have another video about my endometriosis, and I will link it down below. I did it about 3 years ago because I was getting a lot of questions at the time when I first started my social media. So if you are here and you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, today's video is going to be on my diagnosis of endometriosis. I've been getting a lot of women reaching out asking how I knew I had it, what my diagnosis was about, so I want to try and help as many people as possible. I'm most likely going to miss something in here, so please comment down below if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I want to be as authentic and clear as possible. Some of this might disturb some of you, not really, I don't really know, but anyways, I'm going to tell you guys about my journey, and I'll link the video below because I think the other video had a lot of information as well. So basically, when my entire life, ever since I started getting my cycle, I had horrible cycles. Like, I mean, it was abnormal. Like, it was ridiculous. I was doubled over in pain, you know, the whole works. But I never went on birth control. I was not sexually active. I just didn't, I mean, to me, going on birth control I didn't think you would go on it to regulate your cycle. I just didn't think that's what you did. So never went on birth control. And then when I was about 17, I was like, something is wrong. I just really felt like my stomach was always hurting me. I always was bloated. I just felt like the pain was really abnormal, but I just kept attributing it to my cycle, because whenever I go to the doctor, like, oh, you must just have a bad period. And I was like, okay, like, sure, whatever. And I was an athletic girl, so I never, like, I wasn't overweight, and it wasn't something that, like, you know, I could lose weight to help my cycle, because I know whenever I'm a little bit heavier, my cycles are worse. So anyways, with that said, I was 17, started going to doctors, and that's when they started putting me on to, or just focusing more on digestion and like my GI tract. So I started, I like slowly became gluten and dairy free, not 100%. It was kind of just like sampling. They put me on a raw food diet. Then I was diagnosed with IBS. So they said I had IBS because obviously I couldn't go to the bathroom. So I started taking Miralax. Like, they literally prescribe, I mean, you can buy it at the store, but they prescribed me basically Miralax and just take 2 capfuls every single day. And then I was then diagnosed with lactose intolerance. So then they said, okay, for sure remove all dairy. And I was like, oh, that has to be the reason. Like, people always have stomach issues and can't go to the bathroom when they have lactose or have dairy. So then I was lactose intolerant. And then when I was 19, so now this is 2 years later, okay, but I've been to about 6 doctors. I had my very first colonoscopy, because clearly it's got to be the GI tract, right? So I had my first colonoscopy, everything was normal. And then, so back up a little bit, my senior year of high school, I was taking the SATs. So it was obviously like a really stressful time. If you guys are on the East Coast, I don't know if you guys do SATs, it's like the ACTs for us. But really stressful time, obviously. So I'm sitting in the middle of the SATs, taking the test, and all of a sudden it was like my cramps were going to burst through my stomach. And I booked it out of the room, ended up getting extremely sick, like throwing up, TMI, like bleeding through everything. Like, it was horrible. I was stuck in there for an hour and a half because I literally couldn't stop what was happening to my body. Went to the doctor. Of course, they just said that it was the stress induced, made my cycle worse. And so then about 10 months later, I was now in college, and I was in my second quarter of college, so winter quarter, and I had really hard classes, like really hard classes. I ended up changing my major after this quarter. So really stressed out, finals. I woke up one morning, top bunk in my sorority, booked it to the bathroom, same exact thing. And I texted my roommate, I was like, hey, will you please bring my water and call my mom? And she was like, why can't you come grab your water? Anyways, she came in. I literally, you guys, I'm trying to explain to you like how horrible the pain was and how ill it made me. So obviously at this point I knew something was wrong. So I was like, I went to a doctor again, said that I do not have IBS, I am not lactose intolerant, I do not need Miralax. Like, yes, my digestion is shit, but stop giving me laxatives. Like, something else is wrong. And at this point, I had like done my own research, but I'd never heard of the word endometriosis in my life. Like, that wasn't even coming up when I searched things, because unfortunately endometriosis has the exact same symptoms as IBS, as lactose intolerant, as GI issues. So then they said I probably had ovarian cysts and they were maybe rupturing. And then I told them that when it really, like at this point now, we're 2.5 years into me just being in excruciating pain. I also was having insane pain during intercourse. Like, I literally was like shooting through the roof. Like, I mean, again, TMI, but like, oh my gosh, it felt like he was like hitting something inside of me. And it was to the point where it was debilitating. Like, I would get ill after because of the pain that it would cause. And finally the doctor said I was a hypochondriac. Kid you not, I'm sitting in the nurse's office, sitting on the table, and she says, I'm afraid that you are experiencing an episode or an issue of hypochondria. I didn't know what to do. I literally just like froze and did not know what to do. And I left crying. I was 19 years old. I've been dealing with this for 2.5 years. I knew, you know your body. If you guys are watching this, you know your body. You know something is wrong. I don't want to convince you to be like, this is what you have to do, this is what's wrong, anything like that. If you are somebody who's watching this and you have not been diagnosed or you're not really sure what the hell's going on, I fought for myself. I talked to my parents, my mom went with me, and finally we actually went to my gynecologist, but then her OBGYN, like the woman who delivered my sister. My mom literally went into doctors with me, sat on the thing, looked at her. All my mom said was, you're going in exploratory. So long story short, we had done enough research and we kind of figured out that because I had every like ultrasound, I had every internal exam, everything, and unfortunately endometriosis doesn't show up on ultrasounds or on internal like where they go in with the wand, because a lot of times what it is it's the lining of your uterus on the outside of your uterus, so it's blood basically like attaching to other organs, and blood won't show up on ultrasounds. So sorry if this is TMI for you guys, but this was the whole process, and I'm sure a lot of you are maybe already dealing with this and it's not easy. So I want you guys to know that I am here if you guys have any questions. So anyways, we went in exploratory. They went through my belly button the first time, and they found out that I was stage 2 endometriosis. And the doctor, she was wonderful. I'd never met her before because she obviously delivers babies, and so she was just like, good for you for knowing your body. Anyway, since then I have had 3 surgeries. I no longer can have any more surgeries because the scar tissue is now causing more damage. I am 29 years old, so it has been, gosh, 10 years now since I was diagnosed. So every 2 years I was going in for surgery, and now I have not had one. So I've not had one in a long time. So the pain I have sometimes is absolutely unbearable, like ridiculous. But what I have done is I have gotten the IUD since then. I'm completely gluten and dairy free. I have changed a lot of my foods to include anti-inflammatories. So a lot of things that I introduce now are, I'll link them down below, but I use a very high potent fish oil. So it's omega-3s, and the EPA and DHA are extremely high in them. Full omegas are, omega-3s are incredible for anti-inflammatories. Their inflammation properties in them are amazing. I have increased my fish intake throughout the week, so I try and eat fish probably 3 to 5 times a week. Another thing, cinnamon is great for inflammation. Turmeric, how do you say it? Is great for inflammation. Ginger is great for inflammation. Fennel is really great for inflammation. I have also completely just cleaned up my life, like in terms of diet, exercise, everything. And then sometimes I just, well, stress is horrible in our body, and it's horrible for us that have endometriosis. It causes extra bloating, it causes extra inflammation, all of that. So now when I'm in pain or when I know that I'm bloated, I allow myself just to feel it. I allow myself just to be okay with it, as opposed to fighting my body. A big thing that I used to do is just get frustrated, get so angry, like, why do I have this disease? Why me? Why do I feel like I'm 4 months pregnant for 5 days out of the month, because it just doesn't know what the hell to do with itself? but I rock sweatpants all the time. My high-waisted sweatpants, these are my life. Like, I just, you know, I no longer let it define me. I have my pants for the days that have my endo belly. Other things I have done, let's see. I did actually go into Seattle Reproductive to get my eggs harvested, but I have not moved forward quite yet. I went through the process of getting all my hormone panels completely checked over, so I highly recommend that you do that just so you know where you're at. I am good in my levels, but there's certain foods that can help with estrogen or like estrogen like being like received or recepted or whatever from the body. I'm still learning though. This is something that is still, there's a lot of information out there. One thing, if you are somebody dealing with endometriosis, please comment down below like your specific questions. I know a lot of you just ask like what I'm doing now. Honestly, IUD, gluten and dairy free, like 100%, and then adding those cinnamons or those seasonings into my food, adding the fish oils, those are the things I'm doing. CBD oil, you guys, lifesaver. I will recommend Cured Nutrition. I do not have a discount code. I can try and reach out and get one. I do have friends that have discount codes, so I can let you guys know those. But CBD oil has been a game changer. It is completely non-psychoactive. It has been the most incredible anti-inflammatory property that I have come across, and like something I can use that also helps my anxiety. So I use it at night, and it just kind of helps everything like chill out. For me, it has worked wonders with my endometriosis. And I think a lot of it's because it lets my mind kind of like chill out, lets my body relax, which obviously then creates all that tension in our stomach and it allows it to kind of chill out. Some other things, I do really want to have kids. That's why I went to Seattle Reproductive. I'm getting married in 5 months, so we would like to try a year from now, so that's my goal. I'll be like a little over 30 at that point. I don't know if I can have kids. Endometriosis does cause infertility if you are not aware of that. But another thing, you guys, is that I've had so many women reach out to me and tell me that they've had hysterectomies or they've had, you know, everything removed and it still didn't cure it. So I have reached out to a doctor over in New York. I'm actually going to put their information down below. Sorry if it gets loud. There's a boat going by. Anyways, reached out, and hysterectomies do not necessarily cure endometriosis. So if you are somebody who maybe you have endometriosis and you've already had a hysterectomy and you're still dealing with the pain, I researched all those options because I want to know, hopefully if I do have kids, what I can do after I have kids to just alleviate my pain. Like, what the heck can I do, or am I going to suffer with this the rest of my life? So I'm still learning. I will update you guys as I go and continue to learn. I hope this helps some of you. I'm trying to think of other things that I can fill you in on, but please comment down below and I will totally do a follow-up if you guys want. You can follow me on Instagram at Carly-Ann Miller and reach out and DM me whenever you would like. I am kind of an open book about this. Like, I'm sorry if I was a little lighthearted or just kind of like breezed through it, but I've decided about 4 years ago, when like this was just running my life, I like literally left the country. I like dropped out of my master's and left the country just because I was like letting this disease dictate my life, like literally dictate my life, to the point where I was like planning out every second because I just wanted kids so badly. So now I no longer let it define me, and so sometimes when I talk about it, I just let it spill out. Like, this is what happened, this is this. So I don't want to undermine anybody's stories or issues or struggles that you are going through, because bless your heart, you are incredible. So please know you're not alone in this. This is a very, I don't know why it's such an under-researched disease, because 1 in 10 women do suffer from it. So if you are somebody, if you're dealing with any of those symptoms at all, please feel free to reach out. Ask your doctor, demand it for yourself. Like, we have these rights, we have this ability, and every doctor, especially, I don't want to bash any modern day medicine doctors, but I just was turned away so many times, and I was told no, and I was told I was wrong, and I was told that I was too in tuned with my body. The doctor actually said that. I was like, yeah, something's wrong. Anyways, I can, at least for me personally, I can now kind of say, good for me for being in tune with my body, good for me knowing something is wrong. But yeah, endo belly, it's a real thing. Feeling like you're 4 months pregnant, feeling like food won't digest, feeling like you can never go to the bathroom. that's what I found out also, is my endometriosis was actually pushing against my colon. So it was that I couldn't go to the bathroom, but I didn't need a fucking laxative. Excuse my language. I just was prescribed laxatives so many times. So my endometriosis was pushing against my colon and causing basically a blockage. I couldn't go to the bathroom. Another few things, some things, I don't know if you guys deal with these. Swelling, water retention is no joke, like literally no joke. I now only use pink salt and I've noticed a huge difference. I also get insane night sweats. You guys, it's not cute. Like straight hair, wake up in the morning with curly hair. It's like another symptom of endometriosis, nothing I can do about it. I did talk to a doctor and they said to just get like a cooling pad maybe. So if I do that, or if I get one, I'll let you guys know. Sorry, this is like really vulnerable to say all this because it's obviously things that like are not cute and not fun to like say, but brain fog, fatigue like no other, where I get it for about 6 days before I start my cycle. So I will get it where I just feel like just like purely exhausted. Like I don't even know why. No reason. Won't be from working out, won't be from work. Just like, oh my gosh, I'm exhausted. My body just feels like it is run down, and it's every month. And yep, extreme fatigue, body aches, bloating, night sweats, and swelling are probably my biggest ones, but I'm sure there's more. This is just getting very vulnerable. I don't know why, because I talk about it all the time and I'm past it, but it's also just like saying it out loud and knowing that I deal with these things every day. It's not fun. So I really hope you guys don't deal with this, and I hope that if you are, you know you're not alone. I will link things down below that have helped me. There's one main Instagram gentleman actually in New York. He's a doctor and he's an endometriosis doctor, and he posts information all the time. So I will link that. If there's anything else you guys would like to know, please let me know. But yes, maybe we could do like a Zoom call or something, because I think being out here on YouTube, it's a little bit vulnerable, but hopefully I help somebody. So hopefully this opens your eyes to something, and hopefully I apologize if it was all over the place, but I will link my other video down below, because I think that one was a little more thought out and organized, because it was a few years ago, right after I found out that I can no longer have surgeries anymore. So it was kind of like fresh in my heart and fresh in my mind. So I love you all. You're amazing. Thank you for supporting me. Hopefully you continue on my journey, and I will always revert back to information for an endo, because we all want to know. So yeah, love you all. Thank you guys so much. Please like and subscribe this video, and hopefully it did help you guys. Comment down below anything else you guys would like to know, and I'll talk to you soon.